1 Peter chapter 4, verse 1. For as much then as Christ has suffered for us in the flesh, arm yourselves likewise with the same mind. For he that had suffered in the flesh hath ceased from sin. I want to use for a thought, don't believe the hype. Don't believe the hype. There's a lot of hype preaching going on in America today. A lot of hype. Either they trying to hype you, either they hyping you up with their preaching, or they lowering you down with their preaching. You got some preachers who like to preach hype, then you got a lot of preachers who preach down, tear you down. Everybody's familiar with Juanita Bynum. That's the way she preached. She preached down. I've been listening to her for years. I don't really follow women preaching, but people like me who are aware, who take this stuff serious to heart, we listen. We listen to people to see what they said. Everybody know Juanita Bynum. She has a spirit of domination. When I look at this woman, she reminds me of women who like to be in control. We all know her history. Every time you turn around and see her preaching, how she preaching? Heavy. Downward. She beats up on preachers consistently. She preached with so much anger all the time. I have never, all the years I've been looking at this woman, I have never seen her preaching in a state of happiness. Why preaching with so much anger? Then she ain't never been the one to sit down and have Q&As, Bible studies. And with these women preachers, you ain't hardly finna get that. They ain't finna set themselves up like that to have Bible studies and stuff where people can ask them questions. But out of all the women preachers that I see and know, this woman is on a whole nother level. The spirit of dominatrix. I'm gonna beat you up. My audience, my followers, I'm gonna beat y'all up and make y'all do this. I'm gonna preach to you until you do what I'm gonna preach you into submission. And I just don't understand how she have any followers. I don't understand that. Who are the people that follow her? I know there are women and men, but still, who are they? We have a lot of people in the world that have to be led around by people. We have a lot of people in the world who take to that type of personality. They gravitate to people like that. Soft men and women. Then it's well known that she used to be a lesbian. And in my opinion, let me leave that alone. This wasn't even designed to be about Juanita Bynum, but we need to pay attention. And then we listen to the preachers that fill you full of hype. Money coming. success is my portion. Yeah, and you have to listen. You have to be mindful of these so-called gospel artists in their music. They're designed to fill you full of hype. They trying to sell records. Nowadays, the new age gospel singers are solely for the record companies. People put me out. I'm the lender, not the borrower. It's my poverty is not my portion. Stuff like that. It's God will that I be rich. It's God, you know what I'm saying? I'm supposed to have this the type of stuff they putting out. Yeah, that's the type of stuff people want to hear. Just like preaching. They ain't gonna sell no music telling people the truth. Like right here. For as much then as Christ has suffered in the flesh for us, arm yourselves likewise with the same mind. We got to do some suffering. Them record labels ain't finna let them people put stuff out there telling you got to you got to suffer. You got to deny yourself. You got to have a willing mind to not want to sin. Although in this body we gonna be faced with that. That's why the Bible say, pray always. You know, there's a difference in battling personal sins and falling to sin than willfully sinning. Because the Bible say that he no longer should live the rest of his time in the flesh to the lust of men, but to the will of God. Hype preaching and stuff like that, that stuff is not designed to reach your soul. That's designed to reach money. They're designed to bring in members, followers. Social media now, YouTube now, preachers can have members all over the world. You know, a lot of preachers laid the groundwork on that hype preaching. And a lot of other preachers stem from that hype preaching. Money coming. Success is yours. That's why we have a bunch of what they call them, life coaches. People like Joel Osteen. A lot of people label him as being not a preacher, but what they call them people? But people like Kenny Copeland and Jesse LaPlantis and all them, they ain't got no shame in their game. They've been preaching the same stuff for years. Hype, money. Look what I got. And LaPlantis is really out the front. He don't mind front. Look what I got. Look what I got. The house I got. The cars I got. Leroy Thompson out of Louisiana, he like that too. Old geezer. Never preach about sacrifice. Never preach about sacrifice. Suffering. Just because you got money, just because you rich, that don't mean you eliminated from having to suffer in life. You're gonna suffer physically and spiritually. They don't preach that type of stuff. They preach lies with the Bible. And a lot of people don't have the eyes to see. God ain't never sent nobody to get up there and preach about money and what you have and all this stuff. A lot of them preachers tell you the truth. Them houses, Jesse LaPlantis, and all that stuff them people got, a lot of that stuff is in churches, is in the church name. They just getting over on the government. Because the church is a tax-free, faith-based organization. So You can, long as you have the members and what's name to cover that money, what you bring in and stuff like that, like Jesse Little Planners and all the people got along, you can easily hide that money in the church. Your house and everything is in the church name. I don't care if the house 500-600 miles away, it's still in the church name. Land and all that stuff in the church's name. It's fraud. Then they preaching and everything. Every time they go somewhere and preach and get paid, they putting it on donations of ministry. But let's go to right quick. Job 14. Man that is born of a woman is of a few days and full of trouble. And full of trouble. And full of trouble. This come out the Bible. That's what the Bible say. You got to suffer and you're full of trouble. Now Job was a successful man. God blessed him with a whole lot of stuff because he was a faithful servant. The Bible said he was perfect. He was perfect. Now, how you want to contribute perfect, that's up to y'all. Man that was perfect and upright and one that feared God and eschewed evil. Eschewed evil. These preachers nowadays don't fear God. No, they ain't perfect, but they don't even fear God. They get up there and take the Bible and use it to their own selfish benefits. The stuff they say is opposite of what the Bible say. Suffering. Apostle Paul, although he was an apostle, he admitted, he said, he had thorns inside. He had to suffer in some areas of life. Now, when it came to marital status and sexual status, he made it clear that he didn't suffer. That wasn't a hindrance to him. But although we have to suffer, we still supposed to reach for perfection, reach for the mark of a higher calling. But the Bible is still true. We're going to have to do some suffering. Can't do the stuff you want to do. Have to deny yourself. Deny flesh. Just cause you cave into the flesh area once in a while or something, or you might be, that don't mean you're not a child of God. Keep reaching. Keep striving. Don't turn into a world of sin. That's how when you commit sin or do wrong, if it tear you up on the inside after you done it, stuff like this on your mind, then you know you still have the Spirit of God. Yeah, don't believe the hype. Read the Bible. Follow the Bible. Don't follow me in mouth. Don't take they word, they what they say word for word. There were a lot of people, they read the Bible through other men's eyes. You don't know, you're not watching the road. You don't know you finna drop, that man probably finna lead you off a cliff or run you into a brick wall. Y'all ain't looking. They got you hypnotized by what they're wearing, what their wives are wearing, what they driving, what they living in. They're what they call magic musicians. They have you hypnotized. They got your attention over here, really, and they over there. got you looking over here, and they over there. Y'all mesmerized. Y'all get carried away. Y'all carried away by what y'all see before y'all. Women, nice looking preacher. The devil know how to do it. Send a nice looking preacher to church, nice pastor. It's sad that the church is full of people now who, women, men, husband and wife. Husbands are losing their wife to preachers and stuff every day. Wives are losing their husbands every day in the church to women and men, or what? Women, husbands losing their wife to women. Jamal Bryant sleeping around with everybody. Y'all keep Jamal Bryant out of Memphis. Keep Jamal Bryant out of your churches. That man ain't got no business pastor no church. He hell bound. That man left destruction up there in Baltimore. Everywhere that man go, he leave destruction. Sleeping around at will. And he's supposed to be a pastor. Don't have no problem sleeping around. Got a long list of women he been sleeping with since he been in Atlanta. And still sleeping with his wife. Them people ain't got no spirit. No Holy Spirit. Don't believe the hype. Just because you got to suffer down here, that don't mean you got to suffer physically and mentally, but be physically all the time, but be prepared. You're going to do more. You should do more suffering spiritual. Suffering by shutting your mouth. Taking in the abuse that the devil is shuffling out. Hold your tongue. Because the Bible, Jesus told his disciples, hold your peace. I'll fight your battle. We have to, it's a constant battle with this flesh, and we have to fight with it. It's a spiritual walk, where's a physical. We have to fight with this flesh. It want to go here. The flesh ain't never want to do what's right. A lot of stuff that seem good and make us feel good, it don't seem like nothing wrong with it. Sex outside of marriage, stuff like that. Ain't doing nobody no harm, but it doing us harm. It do us harm. Cause the Bible says not to do that. And of course, the devil gonna entice your flesh to do exactly the opposite. So there was suffering and stuff coming in it. Don't believe the hype.